All right, our next question, sent to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com. This is from the son of Charlie in Starkville, Mississippi.
Oh, for God. What is it? Is he played by Lon Chaney? Or Vic Tayback? Vic Tayback got several big pops on last week's program.
Yeah, he really did. He really did. Here's the question from Charlie's son. Why did the WWE wait to get AJ Styles when he was so old? If they would have gotten him when he was young, The Undertaker would have been young too, and they could wrestle all the time.
Oh, good God.
And why isn't AJ the champ all the time? He's the best. Once again, from the son of Charlie in Starkville, I'm assuming a small child here, based on his questions.
Well, I don't think AJ's ancient now. How old is AJ Styles now?
It's probably 42, maybe? I don't know.
Okay, so they've had him, 3 or 4 years? He did start there late for debuting for the first time, but I think he was pretty much at his peak in the ring because of the experience that he had. And I'm sorry, but the AJ Styles before his New Japan run and then this run that he's had in the WWE, the AJ Styles of that time would have never got the chance to get in the ring with The Undertaker because he wasn't a big enough star, because nobody knew who he was, because he was in TNA. So that would have been hampered there. And also, to be quite honest with you, I don't think if 30-year-old AJ Styles had been around, I don't know what, 2004 era Undertaker, no, Undertaker wouldn't have wanted to get in the ring with him because he didn't know what the fuck he was doing back then. It's an odd question. And also the size difference, I think it works better that Undertaker has, the whole story of the Undertaker possibly fading off into the sunset and the obnoxious young kid, much smaller, but, et cetera, coming out to give him one last run was a lot more appealing than just both of them in their prime. Nobody would have given AJ 15 fucking seconds with Taker. And I like AJ. I'm just being honest. AJ's never been over in a position like a physically dominant position where people would have bought him as a credible physical threat to The Undertaker. Am I missing something here?
Well, to the overall question about when AJ arrived in WWE, you were around him in TNA. Do you think he was ready? Do you think he would have fit in with the WWE at that point in his career?
No, they would have given him a nervous breakdown. And no, he needed the time that he spent, like I said, a few years in Japan and then a few years on the roster in the WWE, working with a wider variety of top talent instead of indie guys. And I'm not saying all the TNA guys were indie, but you worked with the TNA guys. And if you worked anywhere else, it was with indie guys. So in the TNA tapings and pay-per-views, that's 3 days a month, whatever it was back then. So, he needed more experience. And obviously I think he's at his best as far as in-ring performances have gone the last few years. He did a bunch more spots, but it was in a much smaller promotion that hardly anybody in the overall scheme of things saw in relation to the WWE. And a lot of it was, fun to watch, but didn't sometimes make a lot of sense. And God, can you imagine when he was in the six-sided ring, taking him out of that and putting him in the ring with The Undertaker straight off? Because a lot of guys, it looked to me like had to fucking relearn how to work once they got out of that fucking six-sided ring that I fucking despised. Just so fucking hard. The ropes don't have any fucking give because they're too short. The ring beams didn't have give because of the way it had to be constructed with those sides, so they were all shorter and less givable in the middle. So it was a hard bumping ring. It was awkward to sneak up on anybody from behind. And the spots just looked off kilter. I understand why they did it. It made them different. But once that bad creative rendered it a moot point that they were ever going to overtake the WWE, the thing to have done would have been normalize the ring even quicker than they did. But that's just me.